Alright everybody, and welcome back to the 405 Grudge Match between Coda Hatfield and Gavin Ossenkop. We have commentary for you today, and it is brought to you by myself, Nick Fowble, and my colleague here, Bo Tillman.
What up, what up? So we got the back nine here at Griffin Park on the gold layout, brought to you by D-Mart Disc Golf Shop. They're in Oklahoma City, right next to DeLisi Park and Blue Point Disc Golf. It's an auto repair shop as well as a disc golf shop up in Edmond, so go check them out. So we're going to jump right into it. Hole 10 at Griffin, 447-foot par 3. This is pretty much the pro-only pad up here, hence the gold layout. You have to crush it over these trees, and if you think that you went too far right, chances are you're still going to be left of the basket. It's just one of those weird kind of holes.
See, this is one of the holes I was talking about. This is a lefty-friendly hole.
It usually plays with a big tailwind, so for righties, I mean, like I said, you're throwing your most understable driver as hard as you can, and you see it, and you're like, oh yeah, that's going to cut roll. It's turned over so hard, and usually you still end up on the left side.
Shout out to the cameraman back there, Naveed, looking great with the headband.
So we got Coda going Minder SS, looks like.
That's a good roller there. Wow.
That's pretty good.
That ate some distance there.
Roller's an aggressive play here. I mean, you got to throw it so high and so far before it hits the ground. I mean, you're going over that huge valley. And the angle that you have to hit with that roller is just so specific.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty impressive shot.
Yeah. He's just going the big ante here, probably with a destroyer if I had to guess.
If you haven't picked up on it yet, Gavin throws like 16 destroyers, a T-bird, a rock, and a roadrunner. That's about it.
Okay, so he's putting from about probably 60 feet. No, probably about 50 feet. Oh, no.
Whew. He's not going to like that one.
Oh, boy.
You can see he's complaining to his caddy over there about something, but newsflash, Gavin, nobody cares.
Now we got Coda from outside.
Coda's looking at, what, 48, 50 feet, somewhere around there?
Hey, Coda looks further out than Gavin did.
It looks about the same distance, probably.
I'm sure he's going to jump putt this.
You think so? I don't think so. I think he's just going to fire it in.
You think so?
I wouldn't be surprised if he...
Stand still.
If he at least drew some metal here. This is like Coda's money distance right here.
That's right.
Stand still.
Oh, he's all over it.
Gosh.
Oh,
Rerun.
We got a rerun.
Aces high rerun.
Probably a Challenger OS.
Look at that.
No
Right
wobble.
through the trees. Didn't
Coming
even
right
hit
at
a
it.
branch.
Oh, let's hear the growl. Oh, you can't hear it. He knows. It's there. Thank you.
He knows Gavin just saw that
Yep,
right in his eye.
Give a tip to the basket.
All of a sudden, that makes this 40-footer seem like an 80-footer for Gavin right now.
Oh, and he's just right of it.
Yeah, you can see it. Looked like he kind of rushed it a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was thinking about that in the back of his head, no matter if he'll ever admit it or not. You see him taking the walk of shame there.
Yeah.
Never a good feeling when you're the only one that hasn't putted out yet, and you just putted from 40 feet.
I think it's the music. I think he needs a change from the Shania Twain.
I think so. Maybe Dixie Chicks? What do you think?
That's around the same genre, Bo.
I think maybe Josh Groban.
Ooh.
You gotta probably calm him down.
Oof,
He taps in for the bogey. Look for him to kick the basket here. I would have lost. I would have lost some money there. That's all right. Look at that! What a birdie! That's.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably the second hardest two on the course behind hole 4, which is labeled as a par 4.
Yeah, that's a tough. I haven't seen very many twos on that hole.
That's what does Central Coast call it? A 4-digit separator? I think that's what they would call that hole. So it doesn't get a whole lot easier on hole 11. 384 feet. You go straight out this tunnel, and then it bends just slightly to the right. It looks pretty much dead straight on the drone flight, but I promise you, it's a long hyzer flip to kind of a slight turnover. If it hyzers at all, you're probably gonna be left side because all that ground is extremely hard, and you're gonna get a big skip.
I'm gonna go ahead and toss this in there that this is also a left-handed hole.
Some guys will throw over the top, usually right-handed players. I'm not sure what lefties do because there's 3 of them that live in this entire area code.
Well, Cotton, I'll tell you right now, I just go up the middle.
That's also what most righties do, but let's see what Hatfield does.
Well, you asked me.
He's not most righties. He's pretty creative with his shot selection. Looks like he's throwing that same disc he threw a roller with.
Needs to turn, and it did.
It turned.
Great
It needs
shot.
to turn the other way.
Yeah,
That's not bad.
not too bad.
What, 50 feet?
Yeah.
If you can get up to those trees, I mean, that's pretty good. You know, you're looking at a makeable putt.
So
If you don't birdie this one, it's not the end of your round or anything.
what do you think Gavin threw there? I want to hear this.
I think Gavin threw Scorpius
No.
because he's known to throw a Scorpius in that destroyer rotation every now and then.
No,
What did he throw?
It's a TL3.
A TL3. Wow, that must be a new addition to his bag because, like I said, he's known for throwing about 4 discs in his entire bag. I don't know why he even carries a bag. He might as well just carry a grocery sack.
Yeah, and that's pretty much included with the P2s as well, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So Coda, about 55, 50 out?
Yeah, somewhere around there. And usually if he makes one big one, he's good for a couple more. So
that is very
it wouldn't
true.
surprise me at all if this one went in as well.
Looks confident.
And I've been saying the whole round that you can tell he's confident.
It just
I mean, he missed it high. He gave it all it needed to go in. So you can tell he's definitely feeling confident with the putter right now. Gavin's looking to answer. Woo!
There you go.
That's a good putt. That's a big putt after getting big putted on the last hole, losing
like a
2
chicken
strokes.
picking up corn.
In the great words of Mitch McClellan, like a chicken picking up corn. Gavin
That's
trying
right.
to play it off like a cool guy.
Oh, he wants some skin.
Yeah,
There you
give
go,
him
Gavin.
the skin. There you go. You like to see some good sportsmanship between these guys. Like I said, there's no real bad blood.
I mean,
They just kind of hammed it up for the attention, you know, and they got it. They got 60 people out here on a Tuesday afternoon watching them play disc golf. So
I think Coda was
it worked out perfect for everybody.
He was just more excited that Gavin actually finally made a good putt by hole 11.
I was too. I know I was.
Oh,
tired
I love
of
to
watching
see
him
it.
just whiff, whiff, whiff.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm sorry, Coda. I feel like I spoke that into existence. I was talking about Gavin's putt for the record. That's all right.
Yeah.
Tell that basket. It's okay, buddy. Tap this one in and get on to the next hole.
Yeah.
Oh, no. It looked like he might have rushed it a little bit. He's usually pretty deliberate with his routine. You'll notice he pretty much goes through the same routine on every putt, regardless, 20 feet, 80 feet, 10 feet. Doesn't matter. So I'd be very surprised if you see another putt that short and miss for the rest of the round. But it happens to the best of us. So
that's a look at that wobbly thing.
God, that's gross.
What is that?
That looks like a duck after you shoot it. You know?
It's like a 2 or 3. Like I said, it rotates about 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, at least.
Now they're both back at 3 down with 3-stroke swing right there.
That's what it is. So. Little momentum swing there, but like I said, Hatfield's a great putter, so I fully expect him to correct on that and probably start canning some long ones before the round's over.
Yeah, people have some hiccups, you know, every now and then.
Happens to everybody. Hole 12, 276 feet, pretty much dead straight, maybe just a slight break to the right at the very end, but if you can throw it 255 feet dead straight, you're looking at a 20-footer, no problem.
You're not wrong. Gavin is probably throwing a rock here.
Well, that is one of his 4 discs,
Yeah,
so
that's
I bet
a
you're
KC
correct.
right there. Flips up nicely.
That's it. You can tell he likes it.
Ooh.
You can always tell when a pro likes their shot by how they walk off the tee
they'll
pad.
follow it.
If they follow it, if they watch it hit the ground, you know they liked it. If they turn around in disgust and kick their bag or whatever, then you know that they probably didn't like it.
He's cheesing.
He knows the
likes
camera's there.
What is he throwing here?
Hatfield.
Hole 12. A buzz. Okay.
I
does not like
probably
that,
could have
I'm
told you
sure.
that without looking at the notes, but
You looked.
Coda's been throwing a buzz since before you even knew what disc golf was.
That's
That's neither here nor there.
That is very true. Hey,
But-
congratulations, by the way, Coda, if you're listening to this, on the Discraft deal. That was earlier this year in 2020. And it's
Looks like it's working pretty good for him.
I mean, yeah.
He's probably 90 feet.
Yeah, he's probably throwing the Challenger. I
He's an
assume.
aggressive enough player that I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to give this one a little run.
Oh no,
Yep.
he yanked it.
No, he was giving it a run. I mean, that's all right.
It looked a little right.
You can't expect to put him on the pole from 100 feet every time. So I would say that's a pretty valiant effort.
What is this, about 30?
Gavin, yeah, 28 feet, 35, whatever, somewhere in that range. No problem.
Doesn't matter.
Just
Cans it.
flops it in there, looking ugly as ever, but
See,
counts the exact same as a perfect putt on the scorecard.
He's got the new Nike Dry Fit two-tone pink, polo on. It's a great look for the guy. But he means business. Can hardly see Coda. There he is.
There
Coda.
he is. Yeah, he's
tapping in his 3 here.
20 feet. Tapping in the 3. Yeah, look for him to go through his whole routine here after kind of rushing that last one.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
I put pretty good money that he makes this one.
Yeah, that looked more relaxed, more comfortable. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, dead
No
center.
problem.
So I believe
Gavin picks up another stroke. So that's what, 4 strokes in the last 2 holes?
Mm-hmm.
After being behind by 2, that's a pretty big momentum swing right there in the middle of the course. But like I said, 10, 11, 12's pretty simple, but 13, 14, really in the back of the course, I think the difficulty definitely picks up.
Yeah.
So if you can start that back stretch right there with a couple birdies, you're picking up some momentum that you'll definitely be able to carry on to the end of the round.
Yeah, I mean, this is a tough hole. Don't you tell him about it there, guy.
Hole 13, par 3, 353 feet. There used to be an over-the-top line. There's not much of one anymore. You just kind of throw it down that middle gap, something very overstable. Try to beat those trees. Anywhere up past that last little clump of trees, pretty good. I mean, if I could agree to just take a 50-footer on this hole every time and not throw it, I'd take that deal in a heartbeat.
100%.
There's just so many little trees at the end of it to beat.
I mean, yeah, these guys are just going to throw real tight hyzers, looking for the skip. Gavin gets the skip. Oh.
See, that was still too wide. I mean, that looked like it was hyzering about as fast as it could, and it was still too wide. He will have some sort of putt, but I'd look for Hatfield to take this one a little tighter. I mean, you almost have to graze that tree up there on the left in the sunshine to get close to the basket.
There is a gap back there, so you can have a little bit of leniency.
Took it a little tighter. Now he just has to get lucky.
That's relatively in the same spot.
What just happened?
Just a straight skip?
Yeah, that was just a bad skip coming up the hill. He hit that uphill incline, which made the disc that was on hyzer angle hit a little bit weird and take it on that straight skip. But they're both going to have open putts.
I told you there's a gap.
And this is both kind of their range where they're known to at least draw some metal.
Ooh, just hyzers out too quickly.
That was a good run. That's fine. He's 18 feet for 3.
That two.
Gavin's looking at almost the exact same thing. He's already had a putt under a branch this round.
Let's go over.
And
you think he's going over or under?
I think he's going over. Is he gonna...
Oh,
man. Sit down. Sit down. All right. It stopped.
He thought
that was a great looking putt. I think if it would have had, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 total rotations, it might have went in.
Just about 1 or 2 extra.
No problem. See, you can see that Coda's a seasoned pro. You can tell that he's not letting that short miss back on hole 11 get to him or anything. He's still right back looking just as confident as he was at the beginning of the round.
Can we just see that, like, he almost hit that limb right there, that little bitty nub sticking out?
Of course he did. Like I said before, his hand moves so fast, but his disc moves so slow.
Oh, we're going to get a no-mo slow-mo.
Oh, I love it.
A little tink-tink, not so much,
guy. You know what we like to call that around here?
What's that?
We call that a thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming. Well,
shout out Austin Hannum. Shout out Debo. Shout out Matt Malden.
Matt Malden. Who else said that to me? One of the Estradas. I know that.
That's about
Brandon, I believe. Brandon, if that was you, thank you.
That's about all of them. All right, hole 14, also known as the dead man hole. Long story behind it. We'll maybe make another video about that. 241 feet, par 3, tiny little bitty gaps, and then for some reason, just to remind you that you're in Norman, there's a big log wall right exactly where you want to hit.
Perfectly placed.
Where a perfect shot would hit and slide up to the basket.
I bet Gavin's throwing a destroyer here.
There's a wall. I bet you that's KC Pro Rock.
Yeah, you can tell. Right. He loves that shot.
He's not loving it, but he'll be all right. He's in the middle of the fairway. There's a lot worse places to be on this hole, I can tell you that.
So a little yin-yang here. I assume
Coda's
that's going to be a buzz. Yeah.
I can almost guarantee you it's a buzz. Let's check our notes. It is a meteor. So
well, Tyler,
-1 for both of us.
Tyler, you're right about not that.
Well, that's all right.
That was a meteor, huh?
I'm sure that he was looking to get that one a little bit closer since Gavin hit early tree, but I mean, all there really left is a little scramble for par.
Yeah.
Coda's probably looking right around 100 feet or so. There is a creek behind the basket. That real hard pan green. You can see some slides and some skips.
This is an interesting play here.
These guys are both so experienced on this course and just all around.
Look at that.
If you put them within 100 to 200 feet, there's no place on the course you could put them that I would bet against them.
Hey, will you just acknowledge that shot? He just forehanded it. It looked like a putter.
It looked like a putter to me. I mean,
through the right side tunnel, which is not big. As Gavin damn near throws in the creek.
Just a little jumper up shot. I don't think he was really trying to make it. I'm sure he would have loved for it to go in, but something tells me he's not kicking his bag or anything because it didn't.
Oh, boy.
You see
They're just going to tap
some
the
easy
threes
tap
out
ins, 12-footers.
here.
Yawn. Just another par. Easy up and down from not a great spot. These guys make it look really easy. If you've never played this course before, you won't appreciate how easy they do make it look.
That is true.
If you have, sometimes watching guys like this just makes you a little bit angry.
I mean, I'm sweating those 15-footers.
Especially this guy. I mean, he doesn't even rotate his putter. And yet, he beats you.
He just, like, throws it. He just, like, flips it. And just in case Coda was sick of watching his disc at the
shout
tree.
out to Aces High for making Coda watch his shank one more time. Sorry, Coda. Hopefully they get Gavin back with one at some point as well.
Hole 15.
Hole 15. I like this hole. This hole.
I bet you do, Righty.
This hole kind of sees some changes throughout the year depending on how much the trees are grown out and the grass is mowed. It's only 307 feet, but you got this little creek right about there. And there's about 6 little pockets of water that are just big enough for a disc to fit in. And normally those play out of bounds. I'm not sure what the rules are in this exact round.
I'm sure they still play out of bounds.
Normally, if there is 6 little spots for a disc to be out of bounds, I will find 5 of them. So, but once again, this isn't about us. This is about these guys. So let's see.
So
Gavin with the C-line PD.
That is his C-line PD. He throws very well.
That's creek bound.
But it looks
Oh my goodness.
Well, the creek's dry.
There's no water in the creek, so that's fine. Either way, he's looking at 30 feet.
Yeah.
That's a good shot. If you can keep it low enough and get it to go left, he threw a pretty good shot on this hole.
What's he throwing here? The Annex?
I'm going to say that that's an Onyx. Yep.
Is that how you say it, Onyx?
Yep, Onyx.
Okay. Well,
Anax, Onyx.
Yeah, that spells Annex.
Pretty basic spelling.
It spells Annex. Annex.
He's sitting all right, though. There's some weird little trees over there on the left side of the green. You can definitely get caught up on that if you take that weird skip on the hard pan green. But he's sitting pretty good. He's, 30 feet, 34 maybe.
He's outside for sure. See if he can capitalize on this. Nice hyzer putt, it looks like.
He's had a couple hyzer putts before in the round. I'm sure he's looking to...
Oh,
see, that one was online. It was just a little high.
It's better to miss high than low.
That's right. He's sitting there thinking what could have been. Gavin, hoping to not have to sit there and think of what could have been. He's trying to get this one in. Kind of messing with a couple different stances.
Oh, and he cans it.
Lord, how does that... See, I just don't understand it, folks.
It flaps
if you're
the whole
watching
way
this
there.
video thinking, how does that go in? Just know that so are we.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
It looks like he learned how to putt yesterday.
Yeah, if that.
But they just flap right on
I think he should probably take some lessons from Hatfield.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. We're going to get a slow-mo of the flap.
Hatfield's putts are so crisp and smooth and just...
Oh, that guy in the background's
There is no doubt about if Hatfields are going in or not as soon as it
Right.
comes out of his hand. Gavin's, you have no idea. It could miss 10 feet right, 10 feet left, over the basket. It might not even make it there. Who knows?
I love this hole.
But
I do. This
that's
is my
neither
favorite
here nor
hole on
there.
the course.
This is Nick's favorite hole in the course.
Yeah, let me get this one. This one's 279. It's hole 16. I mean, it's just a pipe shot right up the middle. I've seen a lot of thumbers on this hole. I imagine Coda's going to tickle the idea of getting a thumber here. Gavin's probably just going to throw something right down the middle. But, I mean, if you hit and ricochet, you're pretty screwed off to the left and right of the fairway.
T-bird or Roadrunner?
That's a T-bird.
T-bird. Yep. You can tell by the way it flies. You can tell it's a T-bird by the way that it is.
I heard a lot of hooping and hollering for him to come so short.
Yeah, and I'm not sure why because he's 45 feet short. It's kind of a scary putt to run as
look
well.
at this. Look at this. What'd I say?
A big creek on the
It's like I
pretty
was
much
there.
all down the right side up there by the green. Once you get out of that gap in the trees, all down the right side is all big creek, like probably, 15, 20-foot drop-off?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I mean, if you're down in that creek, even if it's playing casual in that round, you still can barely even see the basket. So
He is going the thumber.
he does.
Barely nicks the first tree. You don't see anything. Bam! There it is. What a great shot.
What do you think that was? I think that was Nuke OS? Machete?
I'm going to say a meteor.
Well, you would have lost that one as well. I'm pretty sure I'm up 3-1 on the bets so far.
Or the
I think that was
the Annex.
I think that was a Z, probably a Flex Nuke OS, because I know those are the most overstable.
Ooh, he hits a little top left.
Yeah, Gavin with that same little
See,
wobbly
I think I
putt,
finally
but
figured it out. You
it
know,
looked pretty
when you putt wobbly like that, it doesn't spin very much. So
yeah,
when you,
and look, he's 6
it's not
feet past
exactly.
it.
It's,
Yep.
I mean, he was
No,
just.
yeah.
It's
You
brilliant.
don't
really.
get to 1,000 rated for nothing.
That is very true.
He obviously has something figured out with it. Just not exactly my cup of tea. But if I would have ran that putt like that, I'd be 28 feet past it. So
100%.
Coda from probably just inside the circle.
What a great two.
Buries it in the left corner. That's a big birdie right there. You only got 2 holes left. They're both very hard par 3s. So
Gives
you
the
can
basket
tell
some love.
he's pretty stoked about that one. He's looking to claw back. There will still be another round after this at DeLisi Park, which is kind of more Coda's stomping grounds. So they kind of agreed to play one round at Gavin's home course.
Oh yeah.
In quotation marks, and at Coda's home course. So even though Coda doesn't live in Oklahoma City anymore, he played there forever growing up as a kid. So I think Coda's told me he's been playing disc golf since maybe '94.
Oh wow.
Somewhere around there. Whenever he was tiny, when he was a young child.
Yeah, I mean, I would have been 3 years old.
Yeah, I would have been 1. So.
1?
Yep. So he's been playing DeLisi for a long time.
In '94?
Yep. So.
Am I older than you?
That's enough about your age and my age. On to hole 17.
Yikes.
435 feet. Par
Ladies and
3.
gentlemen, I'm older than Bo.
This one is tough. This one is all the way down this creek. There's a creek all down the right side. There's also a soccer field over to the right. If you go over that fence, it is out of bounds. And then there's a big hill all down the left side as well. So if you hyzer out early, you have a really scary upshot. And if you turn it over too much, you're looking at not the greatest look from down there in that creek. And that's assuming that you don't go over that soccer field fence.
He's throwing that Zeus. Needs to be a flippy Zeus, I think.
This one sets up pretty good for Hatfield shot shapes.
Yeah, see, but it looks like he hyzered a little bit out of his hand. It's
yeah,
not,
and this one plays from west to east, so you usually have that south wind going right to left on the fairway. It's really hard to get enough turn on the disc to get it to turn and then hyzer enough to keep it out of that creek. But
still not a bad shot.
Yeah, I guarantee you, he's fine with that shot. He's probably looking 70 feet or so out in the middle of the fairway.
Gavin probably throwing a destroyer here, and that is turning.
That looks good. You want to miss that cedar tree to the
it?
right.
Oh, wow.
See? He thinks it's
Oh,
good,
wow.
and he catches the cedar. That's exactly what happens. Every shot you think you throw good, you catch that cedar tree, and you're left with a 35-footer. Wow, I wish we didn't have to see that, but here we are.
Shout out to Jake Christian and Mitch Mack for that move. I can't take credit for that.
We're just going to pretend like it didn't even happen.
It's just the
so
fire hose
Coda
move. It's
Hatfield's
PG.
looking at a 55-footer or so down the hill. He's got a creek right behind the basket. Something tells me it's not playing out of bounds in this little grudge match.
I'm sure it is. I don't know why. But if there was water in it,
Well, yeah, there's no water in it anyway, so it doesn't matter. That was a good run, though. That was a good, safe run where even if it was playing out of bounds, he still would have been fine. You can tell he has a lot of experience on this course
Gavin's
just by
actually,
that play right there.
He's sitting a lot prettier than it looked like.
He's sitting pretty good. He got a good roll off that cedar tree.
And cans the
What a putt. What a putt. That's huge right there. Let's see it again. See if you can see the stamp.
You guys see it? It says P2
I see it right there.
You see it? Yeah.
Discmania D-line P2. I could
think
read
we're
it
right.
while it was flying.
I think we're right.
Regardless, that's a great putt. That's a huge momentum swing. Obviously, there's only one hole left in this round.
Yeah.
But to go into the next round, even with any sort of lead, even if it's one stroke, that's a big deal. Especially going on to Hatfield's kind of home turf, if you will.
Oh yeah.
That's a big deal for Gavin to pick up that birdie right there.
Oh, he threw so hard he threw his earphone out. Shania Twain is gone.
Well, now it's just Shania. The Twain fell out.
Oh boy. So Shania's the left one.
Yep.
Okay.
You got it. That's how we read, left to right.
I wonder if he switched it to like some Luther Vandross or like something more easy.
He should
going.
right here, because I bet he's feeling some nerves. Up by 2 on the last hole 18, 459 feet. This is usually a big tailwind crush. All you're doing is these guys are just going to throw their max distance disc out to the right. You're going down this big hill you'll see right here on the tee pad, and basically you're just hanging it out to the right and letting it rip. What do you think Gavin's going with?
I'm gonna take a chance here. I don't know if I'm right, but it's gonna be a destroyer. I think.
I'm gonna say that he's in between flippy destroyer and straight destroyer.
It looks like he's going with the same one from 17. It looked a little flippy.
That looks like straight destroyer to me, because we've seen him throw that green one on the earlier holes in the round.
That's seeking.
That's a
not so much
common
fairway.
miss. That's a very common miss, and a great break as well.
Yeah.
If you penetrate through the first layer of those trees, you might as well just kiss that 3 goodbye.
Yeah.
All you really have, you have a hope and a prayer over the top, but most professionals will just pitch it out to the fairway, go up to the basket, call it good. Finish around with a bogey and go home and cry. So let's see if Coda can put some pressure on him here on this last hole at Griffin.
What a great turnout we had. Shout out to everybody
that's
that
awesome.
came out.
Yeah, shout out to everybody that came out to watch these guys. Man, I'm sure that they were feeding off off the energy that was out there. I know that I heard from both of them personally that they really enjoyed it, playing in front of this gallery the whole time.
Yeah, for sure, man. And shout out to all the cameramen too. I've seen 2 or 3 of them that almost got hit this round alone. So
Aces High Disc Golf. Go check them out on YouTube.
You guys don't think it's dangerous? You get out there and do it.
See Gavin with the little gator up. No problem. He's going to take his par. He's going to tell Coda that it's on you. You want to go to the next round?
Yep.
Behind by 2 or behind by 1? It's up to you.
So I remember this. Coda walked all the way over there to change one of the chains, but that chain is actually permanently like that for some reason.
Welcome to Norman.
Welcome to Norman, yes. Where the nicest baskets are at Colonial. Gets it up in the air, just a little right.
Yeah, that's a tough putt. From a knee, 45 feet, low ceiling.
And you're staring at that chain.
Right. Last hole of the round. You don't want to just wheel it past it to 50 feet, or something crazy. There's a little bit of a slope, just enough to make you think about it. So he's going to tap in this 3 and hope he can pick up at least 2 strokes at DeLisi on the next one. And see how it goes.
Yeah, you see
I think that these guys both played really good.
See the zip tie on top of the basket? Oh,
there you go. A little unsanctioned fun there. Get to pick up your opponent's disc, tap it in. Little hamming up for the crowd. Little handshake.
Little awkward
they both
handshake,
said, good luck next round.
Yeah, he said.
But secretly, they're both hoping bad luck next round.
He said, I'm going to get you.
But that's okay. That's perfectly natural. These guys are the definition of professional. They both know how to cheer on their competitors. They both know how to take it serious when they need to and have fun when they need to. Yeah. So we're going to go into the next round. Gavin with a 2-stroke lead. A 49 at Griffin Golds is probably 10:30, 10:35 usually. So I'd say that's some pretty solid golf. Even that 51's well over 1,000, probably pushing that 10-10 mark. So we'll see you guys at the next round at DeLisi Park. See you there.